Let's say you got a lot of stuff listed, but nothing is selling. There might be a few things that are leading to you having slow or no or just really bad sales. And I came to this realization because I was going to make a sales video today, which will this will be in part, but I started noticing a pattern with the things that sold that I thought would be helpful for me to share with you today. And hopefully, it will be something that will kickstart your sales and you'll be able to start making a little more money. Hi, my name is Margaret. I have been reselling on eBay and making YouTube videos for over 10 years. I hope you find this video helpful, and let's go take a look at what I've got going on. One of the things I talk about a lot when it comes to reselling, especially in the way I do it, I am more of a seller that what I call it bricks and mortar. So bricks are like the big sale, big ticket item sales, or things that have a great sell-through rate. They're going to sell fast and they're going to sell for a lot of money. But then the rest of the sales that I have are mortar sales. They hold the house together. And I really like selling this way because then I'm not pigeonholed into only finding items that have a high sell-through rate, or I'm only selling clothes that are this brand. I sell a little bit of everything. And as I was going through my sales today, I started noticing a pattern of things that were selling. And what I noticed is that if I were just depending on the sales that were items that I had listed within the last, I don't know, since ever, because I don't always take things down. So I might have something that's been listed for 5 years. I don't really take things down unless it's taking up a lot of space in my workroom. Then it's not something that I just list it, forget it, move on. And sometimes I'll go back and go through and look at photos or make sure things are spelled right and do I have my keywords right. But overall, I just list things and I let them do their thing, and they'll sell when they sell. This is a good example. This is a button that I've had listed for maybe 3 years. I had a big lot of buttons that I got, and I just listed all of them. They've been selling over time, which has been fantastic because then I have these little sales throughout the year, throughout the weeks. I might sell 2 or 3 every week. This one sold for $22.99. Fantastic. But if you are just listing things and you're like, I've got like 300 things up, I'm good. Why aren't they selling? There's a few things like this button. Maybe in the moment, nobody wanted it. It wasn't a hot commodity. Maybe there were 10 others that were listed for cheaper than mine, and mine was finally the one that was left that was cheapest. But what I started noticing was like this is an item that I listed within the last week. I would say that over half of my sales this week have been things that I've listed very recently. So I would say that, yes, it's wonderful that I have these long tail items that have been sitting there forever that are selling. But if I'm just listing things, walking away going, why are my sales so bad? Then it's kind of on me because a lot of the things that sold were things that I listed recently. And whether that has to do with, kickstarting the algorithm of, eBay saying, oh, she's awake, she's actually active in her store. I don't know that that's true because why would it just be a lot of the newer stuff? Maybe the old stuff that I got listed, nobody wants it, right? Or nobody wants it right now. So having to take a good hard look at what you've got and what you've got listed. Is it something somebody wants? Is it something that your strategy is, I'm waiting for the high price? Or is it, just not the right time for it? And you've got to keep finding and listing new things. So this is a copper and brass colander that I bought. It sold for $35. Again, those buttons, I've had them listed, I don't even know, 3 years at least. Yeah. So $17.99 on that button. Fantastic. This is something, again, I just recently listed within the last, I would say 2 weeks. I had this one, and then on my last sales video, I had Grumpy as well that sold, and this sold for $50. So I have got to get my tail feathers in gear and get this stuff listed because I have a lot of unlisted inventory over here in my workroom because I'm noticing, we always say that. Isn't it funny? You finally list something and then boom, it sells like that. I mean, it seems to be true that if you've got a lot of things that are just sitting around, just get after it. Get those things listed. that might be something that turns into a long tail that's waiting, or it might be something that somebody's like, I've had a, they put alerts. I've had an alert waiting on this forever, and finally somebody's listed one. This is a comic book that I've had, oh my gosh, maybe 5 or more years that a friend of mine gave me. Must have been before COVID. Was it before COVID? That she gave me all of these long boxes of comics to list. A lot of them have sold, but I still have quite a few, and they're still just ticking along, selling a couple every week. Fine with that. These are, and I don't sell a lot of shoes. You guys may or may not know this. I don't sell a lot of clothes, don't sell a lot of shoes, but if I see Rothy's at the thrift store, I'm buying them. So these, I think I took a best offer of $45 or $50 on these. And I have another pink pair that are listed, and then I just found another pair at the thrift store, so I need to get those listed. So it's like that, like we say, it's like funny, if it's not listed, it's not selling. But I think there's a little more to it as well. Just keeping, whether it's the algorithm, like I said, or it's just nobody wants that other stuff. Not to be mean. Nobody wants that. And if I was just waiting for those sales, they either wouldn't have gotten found, or my income for the week would have been a lot lower. This sold, this Harry Potter herbology set. I don't normally come down on the price on my Lego stuff, but I have a sale going on in my shop right now, and I think I took an offer of $50 on these. With Lego, especially new in box, really nice ones like this, I view them like stocks. I'll leave them up and I'll put them at the high price, and then when the necessity, what's the supply and demand, when that demand reaches up to my priced one, then I start fiddling with the price around that point. But because I'm trying to get some inventory moving here, I went ahead and took an offer on this one. This is one that I got at a thrift store, and the box was kind of mushed, and so I took an offer of, I believe, $12 on this one. But again, just got this one listed, and I have some more Lego that I need to list as well. I went to the thrift store and got quite a bit of, some were new in box, and some were, the boxes were a bit damaged like this one. And then this sold again. I think I sold the last one I had listed as well, or maybe this was it. I had 3 of them that I listed all within the last 2 weeks, and I found another one in my pile because I'm trying to get all of my other unlisted inventory ready to go. I'm like, I need to get this thing listed. So if you've got any of these kits, get them up there. I think I bought them for $1 or $2. So this one sold for $17.99, $17.49. And then this is another one that I've had listed for a really long time. I may have had the price too high. I don't know, but I was glad to see this one sell. And then these, another thing, I just listed these, and there are a lot of James Avery boxes and the little pouches and bags and things up there. So I don't know, maybe mine, because it was on sale, was a little cheaper. Maybe it was the right amount for what the person needed. I don't know. But I was happy to see this one sell as well. And these were all ones, I like James Avery jewelry. I think a lot of these are from charms that I have, or, gifts that I've had in the past, things like that. Maybe. And then this is another one that sold. I took an offer of, I believe, $60 on this. And I know I'm going to get the question, like, how did I ship it? I've started doing some shipping videos for the members on my channel, and so I have this where I showed how I box this up, because that metal, that base, and that piece is like really heavy. And then this glass dome, like, oh man, that was a doozy. But I got it where I think it's going to go really nice and be safely shipped there. But again, this is another one that I haven't had listed that long. This is another one. I got this in a ThreadUp box, in one of the ThreadUp fun boxes. And this, just listed it and it sold. So you can't tell me like, oh, somebody's like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for a Union Jack hoodie or beanie, and now I found one. Woohoo! I don't know about that, because there were a number up there. So you let me know. Do you think it's the algorithm, or do you think it's somebody's just waiting for it and like, finally you got this listed? I mean, the dopey, like that, I could see like somebody was looking for that kind of thing. But there's numbers of these up. The Grumpy and the Dopey solar lights that I got, there were none. I couldn't find any of them that were like them. Perry for Governor. This one sold too for $4.89. I'll take it. And these I just listed as well. I mean, I was on the fence about keeping them. because I like them and they're fun. The banana bookends. So these sold for, I think, $50 on those. But again, quick sale. Get those things listed. And this is another one. It sold like the day I listed it. So this is an Enid Collins owl purse. And yeah, sold pretty quick. There were others that were up there as well, but it sold. So I'm thinking again, like, one, it has to be listed to sell, duh. But I'm still like, I know I keep saying this, but is it the algorithm, or is it that somebody's looking for it and just the other things you have listed people are not like as interested in? I mean, personally, I don't get so tied into like, I have good stuff and like blaming other people. Why aren't they buying it? Right? I'm like, either something's off with my listings or I don't have the right price. For some things, I don't care. I'm going to list it high. If I can't find another one like it, usually I'll list it pretty high. But if your sales are bad, it might be something worth looking into, because I know a lot of people are sharing that they're struggling with their sales. But if you're thinking like, I can just list 50 things and expect to sell them, and I'm waiting for these things to sell, then you might need to retool your strategy for how things are going for you. I think it behooves us all to take a look at ourselves and our listings. Do my listings look good? Are things spelled right? Are my pictures good? And if things really aren't doing well, then start analyzing where you can make those changes, like whether it's getting some new things listed or tweaking the listings, anything like that. Like, I've been running a sale. Most of the offers I've been taking that I've been getting, but some I don't know. And so I don't know if that, like, eBay's like, hey, she's willing to play ball, and then they're like boosting my items in the search. That could be another thing that's going on. I don't know, but I would love to hear your take. Those are my takes. And as you can see, pretty much everything, I still have a few more sales, but pretty much everything that sold would not have a high sell-through rate. So yeah, a few more things. I thought that was it. So here this was in a Fallout loot crate, and it's a little keychain, I forget, Mr. Fuzzy. So he sold for $20.99. This I've had listed maybe for a couple months, and I think it was the only tie I had listed. Sold for, I think I took an offer too on this one. I think $17 is what I got for that one. This I've only had listed for maybe a month or so, and it's a Pokemon Burger King toy. Got a bunch of those. And then this is something else I got in a ThredUp box, and it's maybe been listed for a month. So most of the things you can see here that I sold were things that either I've listed in the last week or in the last maybe month. A lot of the other things, maybe five of the things were older listings from a while ago. So like I said, whether it's the algorithm, whether it's the sale, whether it's me taking best offer, or like working on offers with people, whatever it is, eBay's like, okay, this chick's willing to work. She's willing to sell. So maybe try tweaking a few things here and there. See if you've got watchers on items. And if you do, you can just tweak that price, whether it's up or down, $1, 50 cents, because it'll shoot a message to the person watching it saying, hey, the price has been adjusted. So doing little things to start showing like, my shop is open for business. I'm listing, I'm taking offers, I'm all of these things. And if you have other tips for everyone watching, then make sure you leave a comment down below, because we're all learning from one another. I certainly learn from the comments you leave, and I truly appreciate that. And if you haven't yet, then go down there and subscribe. And if you're interested in checking out some of the shipping videos that I've been making lately, consider joining the channel. I've just updated some of the perks for my channel as well. And I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for hanging out. Bye, everyone.